mother that they would send Steve to college, and they saved and saved and saved their entire life. And Steve wanted to go to Reed's College, I believe, which was almost as expensive as Stanford. And he got there in the first semester, and he realized that his parents were literally taking their life savings to send him here, and he couldn't figure out why he needed to go. And so he dropped out after one semester, but he hung around, and he picked up Coke bottles for the nickel deposit, and he went to the Hare Krishna temple once a week, because on Sundays or Saturdays or something they would have a big potluck, and really an amazing story. And then he just drop in on classes, he just attend for like another 2 or 3 semesters. And he said the most impactful course was a calligraphy course. Reed College was apparently world famous for their calligraphy, and all the signs around campus were hand lettered. And he grew to appreciate the style of fonts and serifs and kerning and all of the things that that we take for granted today, and we largely ignore. Our digital experience is mostly Times New Roman or something like that, or Arial or Helvetica, very ugly type. But he said one of the things that he wanted to bring to the world with the Macintosh was his love of type. Didn't know that. Fantastic video. I'll put the link in the section below. The other thing I wanted to go to was an article about customer experience. Is it dead? And just wanted to note, R.R. Donnelley is being acquired by LSC. LSC was R.R. Donnelley as far as I remember, but then they had to agree to change their name because of the big monopoly, which I thought was one of the dumbest things ever. And now they required R.R. Donnelley back again. Who knows? It seems like a bunch of musical chairs to me. Anyway, printer doesn't exercise editorial content over the clientele like some other monopolies, and yet they were, broken up and now are gluing together again. Okay, but anyway, let's go over to this article by Colin Shaw. And the question is customer experience dying? And one of the things that prompted me to pick up this today was I received this catalog in the mail, and you can't probably see it very well. It's a United Airlines Mileage Plus rewards catalog. And I actually wrote to Luke, the president of Mileage Plus, because the only response device on here, this is such an amateurish mistake, somebody should get fired, but the only response device right down here is you type it in yourself URL. No QR code to the right place, no phone number, nothing. Okay? And the QR or the URL is united.com/holiday guide. Try it. You get a 404 error. There is no such page. So nobody tried the link. None of their customer service experts or anybody or their ad agency or whatever. They probably called it the holiday guide. I don't understand the cover. It's a dumb cover. They've had a history of dumb covers. They showed a fake family, and it couldn't possibly be the dad coming home from a trip because, of the way the luggage was shown and other stuff. Just show the product. Say, this is a rewards catalog for people in United Airline miles. Anyway, I wrote to Luke because all they had to do was a redirect. They could have built a page with that URL, redirected it to the right one. There is a right one. I spent about 40 minutes, 20 on hold, and then 20 with a United Miles agent trying to find where it actually existed. And always try the links and phone number to make sure they're live and working. I mean, isn't that like the 101 lesson, right? We would get the 800 number reserved months before we ever built the catalog. But at least try it. In 5 minutes, you could fix this, okay? Now, I'm guessing, Luke, that there aren't many orders coming in because not many people are as crazy diligent as I am in trying to get what I want done. I'm obsessive. And I actually did order the nice puffy jacket I had gotten it to me a couple of years ago. Last year, when they didn't send me a catalog, I actually called United Plus and said, where's the catalog? I really like that thing, because I got a lot of airline miles, because I got a United credit card, and I don't feel like flying much anymore because they don't have a good way to get old guys through the process, and all that. So anyway, an excellent article here, and I'll put it in the show notes. Subscribe to the WDMA, and you won't regret it. It's free, but you get these excellent articles every day. But anyway, basically this Colin Shaw has a company called Beyond Philosophy. I like, I have a master's in philosophy, so I like the name of his company. But he says customer experience is dying. He doesn't deny it. It's dying because, first, it seems like a simple concept. Now, let's see, somewhere is my alarm going off. It seems like a simple concept, that it's so simple that people don't think they need help to manage it. Well, United, you need help. Okay? I was on a website 2 days ago trying to buy a license for $600, and they wouldn't give me an account, and they wouldn't let me log in. No matter what I did, I must have tried 24 times. And we figured a workaround. We're not going to buy the $600. So it cost them $600. I can't imagine. What I always think to myself is, I can't imagine I'm the only one who had this problem. So anyway, he says maybe the problem is that it's not that we don't want customers to have good experiences. Maybe the problem is we don't track the results the way the CEO understands it. And that is exactly the same boat that marketing is in. Okay, the CEO wants ROI, but they don't have anything to report. And the style consultant and I are working on a new webinar called basically avoiding 6 questions to avoid the biggest direct mail mistakes, or something like that, working title. And it's going to be about how to generate ROI, how to know what the ROI is going to be, and how to execute to that ROI and make it happen. And it's the reason I walked away from Blockbuster back when they were still run by reasonable people. I walked away from Blockbuster, who offered me a 6-figure consulting deal, not including the cost of the catalog and all the rest, just to manage the process. We would have had a response device on here. And Colin's got some good experience stuff here, but he says about 90% of what we've achieved in the customer experience movement is only minor changes around the edges, like maybe a decent response device that works, right? Okay, thanks, Keith, for all the links. Yeah, you can even join and really support this craziness every day. I said to my style consultant yesterday, we need to do a webinar because we're not doing enough content. She said, you do more content than any 4 other associations put together. I said, yeah, well, okay, that might be true. But, I mean good content. So anyway, he says, maybe how we measure is the problem. This is exactly right. This is exactly the problem with marketing. The CFOs of the world laugh at you, you marketing people. Behind your back, they laugh at you. I would rather talk to a CFO about marketing than I would talk to marketing people. Marketing people don't know there's a cost of goods. They don't know that they have to sell more than the cost of the ads, because there's other costs involved that they don't even think about. Okay? Here, my friend John Worth, of blessed memory, anyway, he told me about a test he ran. So the question was, should we put a thank you card in the box? Okay? Now you say, well, that's not much of a marketing question. We ship thousands of boxes. What does it matter if we say thank you? So he decided to test it, and he taught me a lot about testing in the process. He said, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to print up some of these thank you cards. Thank you for buying from woodworkers of New Mexico. Anyway, and that's when he was only in New Mexico. And he said, the way we're going to test it is we're just going to put, for 6 months, we're going to put the thank you cards only in the even numbered zip codes. So we'll do about half the boxes with thank you cards and half without. And then, over that period, give it a couple months to kick in, and then, watch it for about another 3 or 4 months after, and see if the follow-up orders are more than on the thank you cards than not. And it turned out way, way beyond imagination. It was really, really, really good. That's the way you test customer experience. What John Wirth was doing was testing customer experience. I had a great talk with Trevor Testweed. I said Test Wide. With Measured is his company. And, it's so funny because what he's doing is introducing digital brands to the fundamentals of marketing testing. He's throwing away all the baloney that the digital world has used, and he works with a lot of mailers too. And we did an interview, and I'll edit it down, and it'll be great. But right now, he's doing what I was trained in literally for 40 years, figuring out how do we do this? How do we test? It's not as simple as customer satisfaction or net promoter scores. Colin says, maybe it would be best if the customer experience people sought to increase revenues and reduce costs. What a great idea. This is breakthrough, Colin. It's not breakthrough. It's what we've been advocating. The Direct Marketing Association is about testing marketing, but the principles can be applied to customer experience. You need to set a control. You need a control, and you need a hypothesis. You need to go through the process. It is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer, okay? And, in the Lovestack case I've shared, we proved the value of the catalog. We proved the value of mail. We proved that it boosts customer satisfaction. It boosts customer spending more than the cost of the mail. Then we applied it to prospecting. We tested offers. We found out that one of the 4 offers they were regularly using was way more effective. And that, don't call me at this time of day. Okay, well, that's probably nothing. So anyway, I'll just leave it off the hook. Now, Colin goes off the rails a little here. He says, Polaroid and Kodak great vans vanished because they lost sight of a moral obligation to create value for society. Well, you might think that, but when your phone can produce an equal or better quality product than the Polaroid can, and faster, immediately, real time, you got other problems. It's not that they didn't provide value to society. It's that they were superseded by something that did the same kind of thing. Now, people are still using Polaroid cameras. Kodak, anyway, let's not get into that. But, this is where customer experience people go off the rails. They talk about all this fuzzy, and the CFOs laugh at you behind your back. But here's a case study. Richard Fairbanks, CEO of Capital One. He said he wanted to improve things so Capital One was less bad. Now we'll go back over to YouTube, and I'll show you a little bit about what they did. Now, but the question is there a holdout test? Is there a control, right? Is there measurement? Is there any kind of content?
My job is just talking to people all day. Just having genuine conversations about.
So they build a cafe. This is their cafe manager, I guess. I don't think it's the CEO.
It's there if you need it.
We were just at the farmer's
And they
market
serve
and
coffee. I don't
saw
know if you have to pay
Capital
for
One
it.
Cafe.
It feels
I'm guessing
easier to
you get
approach someone
Wi-Fi and stuff.
actually like ask them questions.
Money is one of the
I'll
most
turn it down.
stressful
Maybe that'll
situations
work.
for
I don't know.
families and
Anyway,
individuals.
I don't know if it works or not.
Come in and reduce that
You know,
stress entirely.
Colin didn't put a lot of extra in there, so I don't really know. Let's stop it. Okay, they're not a regular bank anymore. That's great. Okay, but does it pay? Okay, so they made these massive changes. Okay, it's not clear. Not clear at all. Doesn't go on. Tell you. Okay, so yes. So customer experience and marketers have the same problem. And you can read the article for yourself. Anyway, thanks, Colin. I'm going to reach out to you and invite you to look. It's really actually a wonderful article. It's just that these are always really long. Have a great day. Like and share. Your friends will know you're smart.